Cool.
We're recording?
Yep, we are recording.
Have you seen Thor: Love and Thunder yet?
I have not. Caitlin wanted to go to the movies, so we might do. I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of watching anyway.
Top Gun.
I can't, man.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Why?
I just can't.
That is the most repugnant shit I've ever heard.
There is nothing in my soul that made me think that movie was going to be good. It was so, and like I said, I asked you the other day. I said, was this really good? Because I thought like everybody was saying it was good out of like fucking sarcasm. Because I did not believe that movie could be good.
Okay, but here's my thing. There's not a soul on earth.
Yeah, everybody loves it.
The worst review is something to the effect of like, it's campy. I still liked it. That was the worst review.
John Hamm didn't nail it in, didn't drive it in.
John Hamm.
John Hamm is great in everything. I don't care even if he's fucking bad in it. John Hamm is John Hamm. But yeah, I don't.
He's not bad in it. He's
I know he's not.
The role he's
I know he's
play.
not. I know he's not. I'm just fucking around.
Sacrifice player. He's that basketball player. By the way, shout out to John Hamm and his basketball skills. Yeah. Man plays basketball.
Why wouldn't he? He's a monster of a man.
That's Larry Bird diving in the stands for the ball. That's what John Hamm did.
Shit.
He played the prick. And then the best John Hamm line I've heard in a long time, which is saying something. Yeah. You just send them.
Oh.
When they go.
Shit got real.
He just goes, send them. A lot better than I just did. That's why I'm behind the camera.
Then they start playing the fucking Iron Eagle music and shit gets real. And dog fights.
You laugh. I watched Iron Eagle because I've literally watched Top Gun 2 5 times already.
God damn.
And I've seen Top Gun so much in my entire life that I don't need to go back and watch Top Gun ever again.
Yeah.
And I watched it once before going to see, and I didn't even pay attention because I know this movie. I don't need to. Mm-hmm. But I wanted more fighter action, and so I went back to Iron Eagle.
One more fucking dog fights in the air.
Maybe I wanted a little more Louis Gossett Jr. in my life. All right.
That motherfucker's still alive, man.
Yeah, him and Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
They've been 40 years old for 40 years.
It's like kind of crazy when you see an actor and they were old when you saw them as a kid and they're still fucking old.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Or what about Gene Hackman that's been 60 our entire lives?
Yeah. Well, Hackman died, didn't he?
No, he retired from
acting.
I don't think he died.
I thought Hackman, I don't know why I thought
There's been enough deaths.
I know.
You need to stop.
Rest in peace, James Caan.
Ooh, that would hurt.
I seriously thought he died.
No, Gene Hackman's still alive. He just retired. What it is he's real thin.
Yeah.
I think he had some kind of illness.
Or I think it's because of South Park. I blame South Park. Some reason I think that's why I thought he was dead, because of South Park or some shit.
Plot twist. Gene Hackman doesn't die.
Because he died in South Park, I thought he was really dead in real life. It's the Inception theory.
I'm not going to indulge. I don't want to tempt the fates.
No, we don't want to. Yeah, they've done enough, because because what was it? It was Khan.
There's 3 greats. It was Ray Liotta, Khan, and then there's one other one.
Damn it.
I don't remember.
And that's the sad part, man. We've lost so many fucking people we don't even know. It's like when you ever had those moments where you're like, oh shit, I forgot they're dead. And it's like, damn, like what the hell, like Connery.
You stumped me on that. You stumped me on that. Where like it was somebody who died in like 2015.
Yeah, and you just kind of like, oh shit,
I had to relive that again. I forget who it was.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're just gonna stump me on it again.
And Helen Mirren is still kicking.
Hey.
And I'd still smash.
Hey.
Helen, I'll give you my number.
That's fighting words. You've heard my 10 minutes on her, right?
Mm-mm.
People get on my shit about it. Here's the funny thing that happens. I've been on dates and this has happened. I've been like Helen Mirren's like, because everybody wants to ask the director like who if they have the list of the 5 of who they would
man.
And I've thought about this.
She's.
By the way, this last trip to LA making a film, I met one of my 5.
Oh shit!
Didn't I tell you about that?
Yeah, well, I don't remember who it was.
That's not the podcast. I ain't giving you that right now, audience. But here's what I'm saying. Number 1 is Helen Mirren, I think, is on 3. I have Selma Hayek and Helen Mirren up there.
Yeah,
and everybody wants to get on me in real life dating young women, but then I got my list and they're making fun of me. And here's the thing that's funny: every time somebody makes fun of me, I pull up Helen Mirren pics from back in the day.
Yep.
First off, which I don't need to do, mind you, but I do it so people have a little bit of respect. And this was great. I pulled up and they're like, "Wow, she was amazingly beautiful back in the day." And then what I do is show them today, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Oh,
and
she's still got that. Yeah, it's like
I do it to show the context of like how well she's aged.
Oh yeah,
and not a soul has made fun of me after I've done that.
Like a sweet Merlot. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, she can fucking still get it. Another one. Another one. Ellen Barkin. Saw her on what was it, Man from Toronto? She could still get it.
All right.
I'd do it.
So the problem is I watch Animal Kingdom. So I got
fucked it up for you?
No, hold on. Look, first off, you went Helen Mirren to Ellen Barkin. Okay, that's like going from, I don't got an analogy. Screw it. Point is, Ellen Barkin's fine.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing about Ellen Barkin, more so than like, ooh, I think she's so beautiful, whatever. I feel like Ellen Barkin's a fun night.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's where I'm gonna meet you on. I feel like Ellen Barkin is just, and maybe it's I watch too much Animal Kingdom, which shout out to Animal Kingdom. You got to watch Animal Kingdom. It is the best show on network television.
Really?
Yeah, it makes the movie look like crap, and the movie was good.
Yeah, I have to check that out. I know. I see commercials for it because I watch AEW, so it's always. Oh, yeah.
I'm a Cali guy though. Like you're pretty much any characters living off a beach. Although no, screw that, because I was gonna say Terriers too, but Terriers is an awesome show too.
Terriers, I never even heard of that.
It was only one season, got canceled way too quick, and it's one of the most infamous. So you know how everybody was talking about what's that nerd show, Firefly?
Yeah.
The industry's version of Firefly, like everybody in the industry, writers, directors, whatever. Terriers is our Firefly.
Huh.
Like it just got canceled way too soon. It's basically about a bounty hunter and a criminal teaming up and solving crimes. I think it's a bounty hunter or an investigator.
Is that the?
It's with Donald Logue, and I think Kevin Aleo.
I think I may know what that is. I'm pretty sure I've heard of that before.
Dude, it was dope. It was such a dope show. It just came out at a time where everything was transferring over. I think Breaking Bad, you know, like season 3 of Breaking Bad is when everybody sort of jumped on Breaking Bad, and that was a big thing.
Yeah, it was like long. It was going on for a minute when I first heard about it, and I was like, it's too. I can't watch it because I don't even know what the fuck is going on.
I was there from the beginning, and I remember I was living in LA at the time, and I remember when the switch happened. And you can thank Netflix because it was that summer, and Netflix didn't have a lot of series at the time, so everybody just watched Breaking Bad, and then all these freaking idiots just coming up like, "Oh my god, did you hear?" Because you know all the Hollywood actors act like that. Like, "Oh my god, did you know there's this show called Breaking Bad?" And
I know, right?
And I'm just like, I've been telling you about this.
Yeah, it was always the clean motherfuckers. You're like, why are you watching this show? Your ass is polished.
It got so hipster. I forget the park because I've had way too many head damage. See, I can't even say it.
Head damage.
Too many concussions.
Brain damage.
Brain damage. The park that we all watch the movies in LA, it's been in several movies. They actually showed the premiere, the season 5 premiere. I think it wasn't the finale. I think it was the premiere, and it was like everyone in LA was there. It was the most packed
in a park.
Yeah, hey man, that's a dope date. It's a dope. Like, I could.
Oh no, I'm not bashing it. I'm just like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but that's a cool concept. We don't do shit like that here in Richmond. Not really, but some they're starting to learn.
No comment.
But yeah, not like anything like Breaking Bad though. It's always like movies, like a Pixar fucking movie or some shit. Like the fuck.
Ew.
Yeah, I want to see In and Out in the park, sweating.
So I hear In and Out is amazing.
I heard too.
I will never watch it.
I've never seen it
because all anyone tells me is like, it really makes me bring out and think about my depression and all this other stuff.
It's kind of like why I don't watch that fucking, what is the other one with Jamie Foxx, the one where he dies, and I'm like, no.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Can't do it.
Jamie Foxx dies?
Yeah, it's a fucking movie, and it's a Pixar movie, and I think it's Jamie Foxx is the main character,
I mean,
and he dies in it.
When I'm like hanging out with like godchildren or whatever, and they were like less and less now because there's been so much crap, but they'd be like, "Let's watch Up," and I'd be like, "All right, cool, let's watch Up." I got to go to the bathroom. And I would just stay in the bathroom. I'd just stand there and just look at myself in the mirror for 10 minutes and miss that whole stuff, so I don't cry in front of children.
Yeah, that shit is rough, man.
I'm kind of tearing up now just thinking about
fucking
it.
Coco? You know, nope.
Haven't watched Coco either.
I've seen Coco, and boy, not now. Not right now. No, I'd be...
What you're saying is they shouldn't remake Coco or Up or In and Out, which brings us to the show, which I've been thinking about.
The whole reason why we're here.
Yeah.
Not here to shoot the shit about Top Gun. It's just a jab. I'm sorry.
You know,
I had to.
You're not supposed to dramatic pause on radio, but I just wanted a moment of silence because I'm going to murder this man.
We'll edit it out, don't worry.
No, we don't know. You keep it in. You keep it in. I want the whole world to know your silliness. You'll get laid if you take her. That's all I'm going to say. Because Tom Cruise definitely didn't get laid in the movie. That's a whole other thing. All right, so anyway, I was thinking of a name. We may never do this again.
Yeah.
We're going to do podcasts again, but we may never do this again. But it's a cool concept that I think I was coming up with weird names like Puss and Reboot.
Puss and Reboot.
Puss and Reboot. But Anthony, why don't you let everybody know what the whole point of this podcast actually is?
So basically, this is a kind of like a test. It's like dipping a toe in the water to see how shit goes with this podcasting, editing shit. And we came up with the idea of what we were going to do is we were going to create our own reboots of different franchises and or just terrible makes of movies. Well, not really terrible. Well, one for sure terrible movie, and then one where we just kind of said, hey, nostalgia wise, this would be a cool take on just changing shit up, coming up with new actors that we think would fit the roles better than or just as good as the originals.
I'd say we're kind of doing two speeds here. One is, and it's not exactly what we're doing on this episode, but there's two speeds here. One, rebooting movies that need to be rebooted correctly. That maybe they weren't that good, or maybe something was wrong, or whatever. But number two, the challenge of rebooting what should not be rebooted, which is what we did sort of today. We have one that I think the world needs us to do.
Definitely needs to be
specifically
done.
Me and Anthony, because we've been talking about this crap since 1995 and been talking about a shared universe way before Kevin Feige was on the scene. But whatever that. And then the other one that we did, I felt dirty doing it. And that's when I realized, this needs to be said. Like this is a movie that should never be remade. Don't worry, it's not The Godfather. I ain't gonna let that happen.
No.
Ain't gonna let that happen.
No.
But yeah. So that's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah. It's oh god. So should we just say what two movies that we're rebooting, just so they know, just to fill them in?
All right, I'll do one, you do the other. So the first movie we're gonna do, and this is what was kind of fun. We're sort of leaving it open. This is not a movie that is going to be rebooted as much as a franchise handling reboot. We're doing X-Men. How could we not? So we're not so much rebooting the 2000 X-Men as much as... And here's my thing. Let me tell you something, Anthony. I decided to say, fuck the mouse. This is not in the MCU. I may recast actors, and you'll be like, well, that character's this wasted character in this other movie. I know. I don't care. I'm going to make my X-Men. So X-Men is the first movie we're doing.
Yeah. And to harp on that too, or not harp on it, but actually piggyback on it. Like X-Men, out of all this shit that's come out from Spider-Man, Punisher, fucking whatever, damn Avengers and all that shit, X-Men is the only comic book I really read when I was a kid. So that's my shit. Like, X-Men has always been my shit. And I keep telling my dad whenever we talk, and he's like, oh, you ever seen the new Doctor Strange? I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that docking ass mother. I don't give a fuck. I'm an X-Men guy. I'm an X-Men guy. That's it. It's like all that other shit is nice. Don't get me wrong, like Iron Man, cool, Tony Stark and Robert Downey, but yeah. So anyway,
we were actually the ones reading. I'll tell you something that annoys me, not to get off on a tangent, but I get tired of all these people that are like, we're true fans. You didn't read Days of Future Past. You didn't. You didn't read Age of Apocalypse. First off, Age of Apocalypse is dog shit.
I loved it.
But it's actual. No, listen. Here's why we loved Age of Apocalypse. Here's what everybody's got to understand. No one has ever said we're gonna just change the whole spectrum and make shit crazy.
Yeah,
and that's what that. But here's the thing about those books.
Yeah,
it was amazing to see where our characters are, the allegiances. Mm-hmm. That's not really the best series that they're in.
No, it's not at all.
But we loved it and enjoyed. That's why I'm like, you watch this crap on YouTube with that Comic Explains guy. That does pretty good. I got nothing to say against him.
Yeah,
but that's what they're doing. So anyway, we were there. We were boots on the ground
in the trenches.
That's why we get pissed off at this shit.
Yeah, so then, other movie, like you said, you do kind of feel guilty when you're recasting this one, and because it's just like, come on, man, it's all of our history. Star Wars: A New Hope. Well, A New Hope specifically. So the very first movie, not the prequels or whatever the fuck, but the original.
Yeah, because Anthony apparently just recast the whole universe.
Almost.
He had Yoda, which I didn't want. Which,
I forgot. I forgot.
I would have never tackled Yoda. I wouldn't know what to do. You came out the gate. Who'd you pick for your Yoda?
Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, that's like hands down. Why not? Why would you not? All that fucking like character act role he's done and shit. Yeah, come on.
And also probably the one guy, because again with these reboots, we're looking at it like this, man. You got to change some things up and stuff like that. You would have to change the voice. Matter of fact, I'm going there with Vader later on. But my point is, Andy Serkis could be the only guy I trust.
Yeah.
To change the voice in a way that will be good.
Oh yeah.
And then so we're doing X-Men, then we're doing Star Wars, and then we each have selected a movie to surprise the other with, a little fastball, if you will.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
And then followed by the top 5 remakes /reboots that we would eliminate from the face of the earth.
They gotta go.
Thanos snapped that shit. As a matter of fact, my number 1 and number 2, I might go find an Infinity Stone or fucking Dragon Ball or what is it? The monster, the little. What do you guys do with the following the monsters?
What?
What's that crap?
Pokemon?
Yeah. Whatever I gotta find to snap these things out of existence. That's what we're doing.
Whatever we gotta do to clock that motherfucker out of here. He's gotta go.
All right, so as Anthony is pouring some tequila.
Filling up my tequila here.
And I'm drinking my water, because it's like that these days. Sober-ish. All right, so I'm going to start with my pitch. And this is an idea that I've been sitting on since I was 14. I mean, I've been on this one, and I literally could do an entire podcast alone on this. I'm going to give you the elevator pitch, something I've had to do. I am going to tackle, and here's the thing, it's all over the internet now. It was never a posh thing for them to tackle. Everybody always wanted to do the Phoenix Saga or Days of Future Past or whatever. I always wanted to tackle giant-sized X-Men. And the reason I wanted to tackle giant-sized X-Men is because 90s kid, I grew up on the cartoon, as we all did.
Oh, yeah.
And that was what got us in. And the funny thing about that cartoon was it sort of mixed several characters that weren't in the original OG 5 to 6 if you count Professor X.
Right,
X-Men.
right.
Giant Size X-Men is really the first time they opened the floodgates to characters. Mm-hmm. So, if you're a huge nerd and you know the story of Giant Size X-Men, I will quickly say, because Anthony gave a strict how many individuals we could create in the movie.
Oh, I'd lose my mind if I mean, for real, it'd be a whole show about who would be what. I mean, I mean, come on, like with the Fantastic Four or the Avengers or whatever, you have like, let's say 7 characters, 5 characters. Yeah. X-Men is a whole species of people. It's ridiculous. It's like the mutants that you have in X-Men would fill a whole damn show. I mean, if we went down that route, it would be ridiculous.
Well, and especially giant-sized X-Men, like, it's
Yeah.
pushing it. Age
Yeah.
of Apocalypse probably is the only other one that has more characters.
Yeah, and it would be insane just to have that many people that you would add in. But
For those who know their giant-sized X-Men lore, I'm going off the first few issues, and I'm going to say this right off the bat. There's no Havoc. I wanted Havoc in there. I've always had a cool idea for Havoc. I replaced Havoc's storyline with someone else because I like diversity. Not for diversity's sake. Fuck your wokeness. I grew up in a melting pot. It's what I like. So Havoc had to go because I had enough white people in it. Polaris. I love Polaris. Polaris was out. Thunderbird. Sorry to all my... Sorry. Thunderbird dies quick anyway. It would have been nice to have a Native American in there. Banshee, who I've never cared about. Like, here's how much I don't care about Banshee. My favorite version of Banshee is in First Class. That's
yeah. He was cool in that, and they just kind of like fucking wrote him out in the next movie.
Yep.
He didn't die. They just didn't cast him.
And for those who love X-Men and don't know giant-sized X-Men, I got to let you know right now, I've got no Gambit, which broke my heart, but he's not in it at this point. Neither is Rogue. She's not in it at this point. No Emma Frost, no Mystique, no Jubilee. All right? The story, I wanted to pay as close to the giant-sized X-Men as I could. Those characters were not in it anyway. So, and lastly, basically, the story of giant-sized X-Men is the original OG X-Men, which is Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Angel, and Beast.
Yep.
Except Beast actually left the team before this in the original inclination, so he's not around, although he is in my version. Mm-hmm. They get basically imprisoned on an island, and Professor X has to recruit a new flock, which is sort of the other famous X-Men that you know, to go and save them. The island turns into... Basically, the island is a mutant itself. It's one large mutant, and that's the enemy, which I don't like. So much like Zack Snyder did not have a giant squid in his Watchmen.
No octopussy.
Yeah, no octopussy. I will not have a giant mutant. What I am going to do is have twists and turns. It's going to be... If you've seen Suicide Squad 2... you have an idea on the pace of my film. You're going to be following two teams with a third crazy team and a whole bunch of twists and turns leading up to the finale. But basically the elevator pitch is this. The original X-Men, along with Professor X, I'm gonna blend a couple of other storylines into it, along with Professor X, get captured on an island, okay, by Mastermind.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
That big head bastard.
Yep, dropping some Mastermind in there, and you'll like the casting. I needed a villain. I'm just going to spoil it right now. Mastermind's a red herring villain. He's not the real villain. He's sort of being used. Okay?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of twists
Yeah,
and
he's
turns.
not a main.
Well, but he's perfect as a main for this.
Yeah.
So Magneto steps in to lead the new X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
So basically Professor X lets Magneto know he's already got a Team B he's been training and needs him to lead them to save Professor X. Mm-hmm. So, the story basically breaks into Magneto and the new X-Men going to an island to save Professor X and the old X-Men. The Professor X helps Cyclops breaks free, and Cyclops has his own little running around in the prison area, like sneaking around. So there's the whole breakout story. So it's one part's Great Escape, and the other part's a rescue and Glorious Bastards type thing. All smashed in a fast-paced thing, because if I was the director of X-Men, I would know everybody already knows these fucking characters, and I would just jump right into the story.
Yeah.
Much like James Gunn did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm not ripping off James Gunn's story.
No.
I have a lot of twists and turns. Mine's more Usual Suspects than anything, but I've had this story in my head forever. I think that sets the tone. Mm-hmm. So I will get into cast, and I'm going to jump around a little bit to kind of fit the story narrative. So Mastermind, which, half of you probably don't even know who that is, it's irrelevant. Just know it's a smart, evil genius on an island who's supposedly kidnapped the X-Men, lured them there, all this other crap. Mastermind will be played by Bryan Cranston. Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right.
In a very small role where he kind of appears once or twice, but he's a red herring, as I said.
Yeah.
Now let's go to Professor X and Magneto. So, I wanted to play off their true origin, the Malcolm X and Martin Luther King aspects of what those two characters were created.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I went POC, yo. Now, my Professor X is someone who I see in lists for Magneto, but I'll tell you why I think he's a better Professor X. Giancarlo Esposito is my Professor X.
Giancarlo.
Come on, man. So I guess everybody knows him.
Well, I know
as
that. I know
Gus,
that.
not Gus. Is it Gus Fring? Yeah, Gus Fring in Breaking Bad.
No. Yeah, I've never seen Breaking Bad. That's the
Man,
only
now we
thing.
got to Google Giancarlo Esposito. ESPO. He's in all the New York movies we loved growing up. Do the Right Thing. This man.
Oh,
his black card.
yes,
is gone.
yes. God damn it. The yeah from Vought. Yeah. So
if there's
right.
a racist Klansman listening right now, he's sitting there going, "God damn it, it's Giancarlo Esposito."
I know, right? They're like, "You dumbass. He's in video games and everything. You dumb son of a bitch."
So he normally plays dark characters,
But he would be a great nurturing fucking just strong male lead. Yeah.
gravitas.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
And here's the thing.
Okay.
I like my Professor X to feel like if that dude broke bad.
Mm.
Not that he would ever in my world.
Yeah.
But I love the spook. He's got a command.
Right.
All right?
No, he does.
The question would be, well, how... That's Giancarlo Esposito. How do you make a villain next to him? How does your Magneto? Well,
Right.
I do what pretty much half of Hollywood does and just cast Idris Elba. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Idris Elba, Idris Elba, however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
That is my Magneto.
That's a good one.
That's a damn good one.
That's a good one.
But those who know, half of you probably don't even know who Martin Luther King and Malcolm X is. But I really would play off the roots of those two characters.
Yeah.
That's what Stan Lee wanted. And that's what I would play off of, and I think they're amazing. And just the gravitas of those two together, whew, chills.
Yeah.
All right. So, before we get into the X-Men, I'm going to jump to the villains that are going to pop up. So there's a couple of villains on the island that randomly pop up for whatever reason. It ties in with the intrigue of who the real villain is or whatever. And I will read them to you now. So, there are 3 villains running around on the island. Are they working together? Are they not? You never know. Juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to always say mocap. And what I mean by mocap is what they do with Mark Ruffalo or Andy Serkis or that horrible CGI show She-Hulk.
Well, they did that with the last Juggernaut and Deadpool.
No, that's more... Some random guy is doing the mocap.
Yeah.
I'm talking about all my mocap is actors.
Oh, the actual actor. Okay.
So think of like Sean Gunn and what he does for James Gunn a lot. This is going to be the real actor. So like Mark Ruffalo with the Hulk.
Yeah.
This is the real actor using his voice, looking like the character, just changing the size. So while my Juggernaut won't be Godzilla like it was in Deadpool, the Juggernaut will be unusually bigger than any human really is. I'd say about 8 foot or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's going to laugh. My Juggernaut is Brock Lesnar. And, when I talked to a couple of friends about my list, people were like, well, Brock Lesnar can't act. And I'm like, well, Juggernaut can't talk. He sounds stupid. So let Brock Lesnar just run the lines any way he wants.
And truth be told, the fact is, you talk that shit, but, like... when it comes to wrestlers that act, let's say X out Kurt Angle, generally these guys are always praised for how well they are because wrestling is everything done in one take. So Brock Lesnar, the character now, if you look at him and how he is possible. Anybody who watches wrestling now could see that because Brock is not who he was before. Brock is either him or the character that he decides to play right now. So it can be done.
Well, Thank you for
Boom.
backing me, Anthony.
Boom.
But I will say, in defense of Kurt Angle, you've never acted with a broken freaking neck.
Yeah. You can't win no gold and no broken neck, bitch. Anyway, yeah.
Lady Deathstrike. Now, I'm a traditionalist.
Oh.
I really wanted to stick with, like, if I have a Japanese character, I want a Japanese actor, and so on and so forth. It bothers the shit out of me.
I agree.
Me and all my Japanese friends joke that Koreans sorta can slide into the Japanese world a little bit.
They do.
This actress has stolen all the Japanese female parts, but I really did a deep dive on the Japanese actresses and honestly couldn't find one better than her. So I went with Kari Fukuhara. She is the woman, the girl in The Boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the comics, she's the woman. They gave her a name on the show. I forget. Karen's just great, and I think can play methodical very, very well.
Oh yeah.
So I just thought that was good. I like her size. Obviously, Lady Deathstrike's going to fight Wolverine.
Yeah. Small but fierce.
Yeah.
Very fierce.
My last villain is Omega Red. I really wanted sort of the UN aspect, or just I wanted all the different nations being involved in this incident. Basically, what I'm going to say is, plot twist: this is Genosha. This island turns out to be Genosha, and several countries and all this stuff are gunning for this for their own sake. All right. So yeah, you got Juggernaut hired for a reason. Lady Deathstrike's in there. Omega Red, played by Ram Charan. Now, for those who don't know who Ram Charan is, Ram Charan is one of the two leads in RRR. He is a famous Indian actor. The dude is amazing. I originally had another villain there, and I struggled with who I was going to cast, and I almost cast Ram as Wolverine. I almost said fuck it and cast him as Wolverine. I decided not to, and I was like, I need Ram Charan in this movie. I needed it. So, unfortunately, to my Russian brethren, Omega Red is Hindu.
Oh.
Yep, I'm doing the boards are going to blow up.
Bombs have been dropped on your ass.
It's blasphemous.
Das Vidanya.
I understand how blasphemous it is. I get it. All I got to say to that is my choices were that big Russian bear dude in that Russian superhero film. And I was like, Guardians. Yeah, that's a good film.
The crazy thing is, I don't even think like are there any Russian actors? Like, I mean, almost any Russian role is always played by somebody who's not Russian.
Nobody that fits Omega Red.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I wanted this batshit crazy guy that could do Jet Li level stuff, but looks built with Ram Charan. And if you haven't seen RRR, stop this podcast. Never mind. Listen to this podcast first, then
watch the movie. I'll watch that later because it keeps popping up, but I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, it's how we felt when we first discovered Jet Li movies back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm like, Indian films are going to do this now. This is the new.
So it's it's a good action film.
It's the new kung fu flick. And by the way, the reason I don't watch a lot of, I have several. My brother is Indian. The reason I don't watch those movies is I'm not a big musical guy, and they have to stop and sing.
Yeah.
This movie is 3 hours long because they have like 3 song numbers. I want you to know, did not mind it one bit. I was in there dancing and all this stuff because
Bollywood, man,
dude. No, but this is a whole nother level.
Oh no, I like it.
RRR is going to get everybody going back, and this is the Parasite. Nothing like Parasite.
I tell you, man, India is in the fucking building. They're trying to come in. They are taking over fucking movies. I've actually listened to a fucking Indian metal band before, like not too long ago, and I was like, "Yo, this is fucking sick." Like, okay, I didn't know they had it in them. Thought they just had like fucking mud butt from drinking their water, and that was it, and beautiful colors. But apparently, they have just culture out the ass. Their talent. They're growing, and it's evolving. Bollywood was already its own fucking thing to begin with, so why would it not change with time? And just become something else. So that's a good take.
Sexiest women, best food. Wow.
Indian women, the greatest complexion ever.
We grew up with a few. We grew up with a few, and why didn't we take it there?
I don't know, because yeah.
You were
anyway, moving on.
All right, so to recap, Bryan Cranston is Mastermind.
Yep.
Brock Lesnar and mocap is Juggernaut. Lady Deathstrike is Karen Fukuhara. And Omega Red is Ram Charan. Awesome. All right.
Good.
Now, here's what you need to know about my X-Men.
Yep.
The original 5 are older. I wanted to do a cool little age.
Yeah. I mean, they would have to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wanted the 5 original X-Men. When you first watch them, you felt like they've been through all the stuff you've read.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and some of the ages with the young and older sort of similar, but whatever. This is the older group, so I have an older flock of individuals. We'll start with Beast. I'll work my way to Cyclops. Beast is a mocap Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
I want my Beast to have a little bit of edge. He's not going to be Negan, for crying out loud. But because Jeffrey Dean Morgan can chew the fat and can sound very intelligent and all that other stuff. But I wanted like kind of a gruff to Beast.
Yeah.
So I went there. Angel is Ryan Philippe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I thought that would work. Angel, that was the thing about Angel. I needed an older looking actor, but still beautiful as hell, because that's Angel's thing, right?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna hey, here's the fucking thing, fucking spoiler alert. Same casting for me too. It's like he's just eye candy.
What?
Yeah.
That's where we did the same one, was Ryan Phillippe.
I mean, come on,
of all the beautiful actors out there, and we both have a hard on for Ryan Phillippe.
Let's be no, not the actor, but the mindset of the character that we chose.
All right.
Because it's like, don't get me wrong, Angel isn't really shit till he becomes Archangel. That's when he comes, like when he has a character and it means some shit, because otherwise he's just some motherfucker with pigeon wings.
Pete Holmes really nailed it.
Yeah.
You're a bird.
Yeah, you're a fucking bird.
Your bones are hollow. What are you gonna do? Shit on my car? Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ryan Phillippe, which we need good dialogue and look pretty, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Iceman needs to be sort of tortured and possibly homosexual, depending on whatever. Not that this character is that, but I just know a lot of Latinos in Hollywood, and most of the great Latinos in Hollywood are definitely gay or bisexual. Plot twist. Yeah. Jay Hernandez, who I love.
Yeah, I like him.
And I really struggled on Iceman, and I was like, you know what? Let's go Latino for Iceman. I think it fits. And then Jay Hernandez is one of those actors that I think needs to be the lead in way more movies, and just not because whatever.
He's fucking awesome, man.
It's Hollywood bullshit.
Come on, he's awesome.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, they'll cast minorities as long as they're Canadian to lead movies. We're gonna do more Asian lead characters. They're all Canadian.
They're Canadian.
Yeah, but anyway, whatever to that. Moving on. Here's where we go. Now, Jean Grey. Mm-hmm. Now, I want you to think. First off, she's awesome, period. But think Dark Phoenix, which does not come up in my movie. Dark Phoenix. Tandy Newton is my Jean Grey. Uh-huh. And while she's awesome in so many ways and can be nurturing or whatever, think about a Dark Phoenix saga with Tandy Newton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then rounding out the original OG X-Men is Cyclops, played by John Hamm. Now, the thing you guys need to know is my Cyclops. Now, I was a Wolverine guy back when nobody even really listened to X-Men. So all these people, I love Wolverine. I was there. Everyone liked Nightcrawler and like Colossus and Cyclops. People did not like Wolverine when I was a kid. I was always a Wolverine guy. People made fun of me because he had the big little wings and looked stupid. I loved Wolverine. But my Cyclops is going to be dope. I'm finally going to do the Cyclops proud, and the only way to do that is to have John Hamm. John Hamm's the type of dude that could lead a cast of everybody. Right. So, John Hamm is my Cyclops. Now, let's go to the new X-Men that come to rescue them. That team is made up of Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Sunfire.
Hola.
Plot twist with Sunfire. Sunfire's always had kind of a messed up relationship with the X-Men. Sunfire turns on the group Plot twist is the real villain's Magneto the entire time. He wants to take over Genosha, and his idea is to build his own country, which is what was in the comics, and he wanted all the X-Men there to be a part of it. So he imprisoned them to keep them there. And that was the whole point.
Was it Planet M or some shit like that?
Well, Planet M's... No, Genosha was the island on Earth. Planet M is the next...
Yeah.
So, basically, Magneto gets Mastermind, manipulates him to do some event to get everybody there. Really, it's all Magneto trying to get the strongest mutants on the island so that they can have the stronghold. And he believes that he can show that the rest of the world is trying to destroy mutants by taking care of this island and so on, blah, 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 blah. So, anyway, let's get into that. So, Sunfire turns on people. Sunfire is Andrew Koji, who I love. Speaking of, even though he leads a few things, he's an Asian that deserves to lead movies. Andrew Koji, he's in that Cinemax show that's amazing called Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was also Snake Eyes, or not Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow in the new Snake Eyes, and awesome. Which I didn't think that movie was that bad, but
I haven't seen it yet, but it didn't. I haven't heard anything bad about it.
It's better than a lot of the other crap that's been coming out.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Still have issues with their mythology of G.I. Joe a little bit, but Andrew Koji, and I'm not a big Harry Golden. Like, he's another Asian Canadian. He actually killed it. I was like, all right, I get it. This guy's cool. So, good movie just to watch them two do their thing. Colossus. Again, our Russian problem, right?
All right.
I will spend as much budget as I can to get this guy to do a Russian accent. I will get voice coaches and all that other stuff. I picked Alan Richardson for Colossus. Alan Richardson is Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
That is the only Colossus.
He's big. He's a big guy.
That's it. And I will spend fuck you money to get that man to do a Russian accent. All right?
Yeah.
So whatever. That's happening. I've shit on Russia twice. I'm sorry. But then again, now's the time to do it, you fucks. All right? So whatever. I don't feel too bad. Stop. Maybe if you leave Ukraine, I'll give you one of my casting. But whatever. Nightcrawler. Most of you are not going to know who this is, but my boy will. Is going to be a mocap Till Schweiger. Come on, man.
What? This is sometimes it's names, and sometimes it's like, oh yeah, that guy.
All right, so he's the existential German guy. He was in Inglourious Bastards. He was the only German in Inglourious Bastards.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I toyed around with possibly doing Werner Herzog. It's just the voice, just getting a regular stunt actor, but it would have robbed the movie. And,
I want to see the baby.
Yeah, it would have. That's horrible.
Like, yeah,
that's fan
weird.
casting horseshit. No,
it's fucking weird.
Till Schweiger's the best Nightcrawler. Period. All right, Storm. There's only one actress that can play Storm. Well, technically two, and she's still young as shit, even though she's 60-something. Angela Bassett. I didn't pick her. But that's that's a woman who can play Storm.
Yeah, it's yeah.
There's only one. It's Lupita Nyong'o. That's the only person who can be Storm. I don't need to say anything else. That woman, despite where she's at on the call sheet, can outshine anyone. If she was acting next to Leonardo DiCaprio, she could steal a scene from him. She's amazing.
Fuck yeah.
I don't say that lightly.
I mean, but no. I mean, like, acting-wise, like, her skill, her facial expressions, oh, God. She has perfect fucking skin. It's insane. She's amazing. She's fucking amazing in everything she is, everything that she does. I mean, yeah, definitely.
If she was born in 1918, Hitler would have not sung that tune. That's all I want to say.
Man, I don't know about this shit anymore.
I don't know, man.
It's like, is it blonde hair, blue eyes?
Although he's gay as fuck, I think, so... No offense to gay.
It's spreading the dick.
Yeah. I've been listening to this podcast and I've realized that almost every tyrant throughout history is a closet homosexual. Like, I've really realized that. But anyway, moving on.
Could be.
Let it out, man. My gay friends are my favorite, man. Just let it out. You will not be a tyrant. No. You just let it out. Last but not least, Wolverine. So, a lot of people want Tom Hardy. I debated doing Tom Hardy's twin, Logan Marshall Green. And that was who I really wanted. For a while, it was like Logan Marshall Green. He was written down. But then I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm going with my boy. I'm going with my Be More DC DMV brother, John Bernthal, as Wolverine. Fuck what you heard. It's what you're hearing. I got nothing else to say. John Bernthal, and I can't mic drop because I don't want to break it, so I'm just going to drop that. I'm done.
Water bottle has been dropped.
That's my X-Men. Fuck you, pay me. There you go.
All right. That was a good take. I'm actually impressed. That was really good. It's funny, only one actor is in my list, but is a totally different character. And everybody else has just been inspirations from other shit that I've seen that I'm like, oh yeah, they play great character for whatever. And my take is a little different. It's not as deep thought as yours, that's for sure. I will say my take on the whole thing with X-Men for me, I started with the whole origin of Magneto with the, with being part of the Holocaust and everything with that. And I was like, if we're going to do it today times, it happened, but that's not going to be part of where the X-Men originated from, because then I had to be casting like people like Ian McKellen and shit like that. Again, yeah. So I was like, no, it's not going to be that back then.
Right.
So to me, my thing was actually inspired from the cartoon period. So one, we're not starting from the beginning. We're not doing origin stories and all that shit. X-Men has been established. They're a team, and they're there. And generally, it's going to be one X-Men that comes in that is going to be the I guess, like the main origin. Well, not really. Well, yeah, like how you joined the team, basically. Sorry. So, I picked Gambit as being the X-Men that gets introduced.
So he's our audience character.
So he's going to be our audience character instead of, Jubilee or whatever.
Rogue in the movies.
Yeah. Right.
Awesome. Love it.
So we have our X-Men established. We have a little bit of the original five. We have some of the nuances, the new guys that come in. And then we have, Gambit. And then we have a little bit of, as far as the villains, we have our, honestly, kind of like our traditional, well, a little bit of traditional and a little bit of my take on where I want to go with the villains, because you have Magneto, then you have Quicksilver that's with him because he knows that's his dad, so he's with him.
Oh, shit.
Then you have Sabretooth, who's coming in more or less of like flashbacks of shit with Wolverine.
Okay.
And not really like, till he kind of pops up and it's like, oh shit, shit's getting real.
I'm jealous already.
Then you throw in Juggernaut, and then you throw in like that last intro to shit to come with Apocalypse.
What?
So he's not going to be your main antagonist.
You got Magneto.
Yeah.
Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Apocalypse, and who was the other one?
Quicksilver, Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. You have all four of them in one movie?
Yeah.
Damn, you went hard. All right.
Yeah, it was a little crazy. I mean,
love
it was
it,
a little wild. Okay. So, like you, I guess I'll start with the two that started all, which is going to be Professor X and Magneto. So Professor X, I kind of looked and I was like, man, who? I mean, like, let's be real. Patrick Stewart was the fucking man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, come on. Like, are you kidding me? Picard? Like, you have to.
Except for that Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, fuck that. So anyway, that don't count.
Yep.
So here's the one twist. I picked Bryan Cranston.
I figured, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was coming.
I mean, come on. It's like, it's Bryan fucking Cranston, man.
Did too.
It's like he's strong, powerful lead. You can get behind him. If he tells you that something has to be done, it's got to be done. Maybe a little weird seeing him bald, but whatever.
He's the internet. What? It's a little weird seeing him bald?
Might be a little weird seeing him bald. Well, actually, not really, because he's... Yeah, sorry. I never seen the show. Never seen the show. Anyway.
This is the third time you fucked up.
I know. I'm sorry.
You know you fucked up, didn't you?
And I've been drinking tequila, so it is what it is.
Fucked up.
It is.
I just want you to know.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
Go on. Sorry.
You fucked up.
By the way, Bill Duke is Professor X.
Yeah. You know it. I fucked up
Never
right.
mind. I'm changing my entire movie pitch. It's built around
It's Bill Duke. Oh, listen. You know I fucked up right.
You're a bird. You know that, right?
You a bird.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, all right. So Bryan Cranston is Professor X. Magneto. I feel like it had to be somebody that honestly really has like just fire in their fucking belly, man. And like there, I was watching some shit and I was like, yeah, that dude, man, he does not get the respect that he deserves sometimes because he's not in a lot. But I casted Magneto as Lee Pace.
Oh.
Lee Pace. He always has this drive. It's like Lee Pace, if you've seen him in Guardians of the Galaxy, he had a drive that could not be stopped. And he would not, like, there's nothing that you can do that would stop him from reaching the goal that he achieved. And he just wanted it.
And that's arguably his worst performance ever.
Yeah. And for as far as like villains, there are certain villains that people wanted in the MCU that they wanted back. And fucking in Guardians of the Galaxy, that was definitely a character people wanted, and outside of that, it was like fucking Kilgore.
It was Miss Marvel.
Yeah, Miss Marvel and Kilgore. Yeah, it's like whatever. But Lee Pace has just it's just this fucking unbridled like rage.
Have you seen the Apple Show?
I have not.
The sci-fi, the one that he leads, the sci-fi, the one they spent fuck you money more than Lord of the Rings and all that other stuff.
Really?
He basically plays almost a Magneto character on that show.
See, that's what I'm saying. Lee Pace, man, just fucking drives it home. So what I wrote down for him, I said, what bring humanity to the character has so much passion, but also makes you feel for him because of his tortured past. Yeah. So for X-Men, for me, because we couldn't do, we were not going to do the whole Holocaust thing and everything else, it would be something that would just kind of happen naturally where you just have humans and mutants trying to coincide. Where mutants are coming out of nowhere, it's just happening. So you have people that just don't know their abilities and they spark and something happens. Then you have mutants that are learning their abilities and they know what they're doing and they're doing it for the bad. And the world is just going to react accordingly. They're going to shun them. They're going to fucking look at them wrong because you have blue skin, because you have spikes on your face or whatever. We're going to, you're yeah, exactly. So it's like, I went with that take where it was just kind of how things are.
What it is. It's a racial oppression story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I went to, where it wasn't like something happening. And then for me, I took a little bit from Civil War, where it was the registration of characters, where that's when shit was like, all right, enough is enough. And that's when Magneto was like, you're not going to fucking sit here and tattoo a number on us and think that that's going to be okay, and you're not going to try to hunt us down and kill us and take us out when we're the evolution of humanity, and we should be revered and respected. So, yeah, went with that. That was my idea of the story, and that's where I went.
That's it in a nutshell. That's real X-Men right there, in my opinion. Yeah.
So, let's see. So, one with those two. So, Bryan Cranston, Lee Pace.
That's great.
So, at that point, it was like, all right, so we got to build up our soldiers on each side and where we're going to go with that. So I went with the original 5, and then I also added a couple in for the nuances of X-Men. So like I said, I was going to go with Gambit being kind of like the origin story where he ends up being discovered by the X-Men, and they're like, hey, you need to come with us, we'll help you out, we'll help you hone your skills, we'll take care of you, we'll do what we got to do. And he's kind of, established in whatever, because Gambit is Gambit. Gambit, I don't care who you say or how you feel, he's as cool as the other side of the pillow. I mean, he gets bitches. He's got that sexy ass Cajun accent, and I'm gonna work on that with this guy because I don't know if he has one.
It's gonna be interesting,
right?
I love Gambit and Rogue are in my top 5.
Yeah.
But because they're so great, they couldn't fit in this story.
Oh, God.
And one thing I was happy about was not having to cast Gambit. Although my boy deserves a shot.
I want Gambit like I need Gambit in my fucking life because he's one of my favorites.
Channing Tatum deserves a shot. He'll never get it.
Yeah.
That man.
And that was somebody that they wanted because he's from Louisiana.
I know some shit on that regard.
Yeah.
That man wanted it. And anyway,
Stupid.
go on. Yeah,
Stupid. And I almost went that route too with him, but I was like, nah, well, it's kind of almost like already done. So I went with Joel Kinnaman. He is he's was it Captain Flag? Was it General Flag?
By the way, that dude can do it.
Yeah,
he does so many different accents. That guy can do it. Yes, he was Flag in Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. He was Flag. I mean, he's tall. He's got a great fucking look.
Lengthy, but
he can pull the accents. I mean, he can do that. And I feel like he's always. I mean, the guy's always in shape whenever you see him in anything. And I mean, he can bring that home.
He's
to
not
me.
the only one who can play it.
No, he's not the only one that could play it.
No, I'm saying he is.
For me,
I'm calling it now.
All right, fuck it, whatever. We'll go in him. So we got Joel Kinnaman. So we had him in. So I said, always looks like he's in good shape. Got that deep sensual voice that'll throw Cajun at. Hold on, let me see. Got that deep sensual voice that if you throw a Cajun accent behind it, panties will drop. That's what I wrote.
Yep.
So, yeah, Joel Kinnaman. Then, behind that, so I went with we'll go with the X-Men. So, for Wolverine, I went with Anthony Starr, or Tony Starr. So, I'm going to show you something. So, it was funny because I never even fucking, thought of that, but when I saw this picture, I was like, you know what? I can't unsee it.
So, Banshee fans will know he can pull it off. And if you ever watch Banshee, I keep telling you people to watch it. Banshee's one of the best shows ever. I was on him way before Homelander.
So that's Anthony.
Yeah, okay. All right, the picture I'm looking at, just simply Google Anthony Starr and
Wolverine. Yeah.
It's amazing. I will say he looks more like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine than
Wolverine. It's not your traditional comic book Wolverine is what you would see. Well, it's more of like the uncanny after the original comic books. So it's more of like a modern look to him, but yeah, that character alone, Anthony Starr is, I mean, his range is fucking ridiculous because if you watch The Boys, Homelander,
you legit have to watch Banshee.
I gotta
just for that pick alone, and you'll see it. So if you already saw it and you already saw him as Wolverine and you ain't seen Banshee, watch Banshee.
Yeah. So needless to say, it's good.
Not that X-Men character. Fuck that dude.
Right. So Wolverine got Anthony Starr.
Love your casting so far.
Cyclops had to go clean cut, baby face. What is it? White bread. Tom Hopper. Number one from fucking Umbrella Academy.
Yeah. Or that amazing Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City that everyone... Oh, wait. Never.
What movie is that? What's that?
That's some dog
What's
shit.
that? He's also in Hitman. Was it the wife's Hitman's Bodyguard? He's in that too.
Man,
but yeah,
he's in Black Sails, yo. Black
he is?
Sails.
He's in Black Sails too?
Yes, he plays
I have not seen
Tom Bones or whatever. Jim Bones, whatever.
I'll have to check that out.
Anyway, Jim Bones, that's Star Trek.
But I will say this: my inspiration came from Umbrella Academy. He's just he's so not ignorant in the wrong way, but just ignorant because he's never experienced anything. Like I say, white meat babyface. I'm talking wrestling terms here because that's literally what he is. Clean cut, tall, fucking blonde hair, great looking guy, and he's just a leader. He's that Cyclops. Okay. Then I went Jean Grey, and then honestly, Jean Grey, I kind of felt like I went with just natural redhead.
See, that's what I diverted from. I wanted an embodiment because it's always natural redhead.
I went natural redhead, but I mean, I feel like she's not a bad actress anyway, and I think she can just pull that off, and that's Bryce Dallas.
Huh. Yeah.
Bryce Dallas, she's...
Especially seeing her next to Hopper, I could see it definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where it's just, strong when she needs to be, but more vulnerable at times than anything, is definitely Bryce Dallas.
I'm trying to cast her as my date for Friday night, so I hear you.
Hey, touche. Go for it. Then I have Storm here. I went with, and damn, I feel like Lupita was the best choice.
That's all it is, yeah.
And I have to say, it's like I feel stupid for her, but it's not taking anything away from her because she's a great actress. Kerry Washington.
So Kerry Washington was my number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kerry Washington is a great fucking actress. Has got the look. I know she would kill the fucking accent. She would, she's a strong fucking character. And then honestly, I wanted to go with somebody that I think still, to me, because it happened in the comics, she would still also be able to play opposite of Wolverine. Because that is a thing. If people have ever read the comics,
that's my favorite.
Wolverine and Storm do have a thing that happened.
Isn't that what the Gen Zers say?
Yes,
ship and not ship that.
Yes. So I was like, all right, Kerry Washington, that would be fucking awesome.
Kerry Washington was my number 2, but yeah.
All right. So we go to Beast, and Beast, David Harbour. David is like, for him.
It's a good casting.
Good casting. It's very like middle ground, but I think like in some ways he could kind of still show because he's such a lovable fucking actor.
My problem with David Harbour is like he's like the Ryan Reynolds of that character. Like we need a guy who's funny and can still do acting. Ryan Reynolds. It's like David Harbour's the guy that's like we need a good old gruffy guy. Yeah.
But to me, I didn't want to CGI him. I wanted him to sit under like 3 hours of fucking makeup and make that character. So his blue ass David, he was red ass fucking
in the industry, David. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was red ass fucking Hellboy. So I mean, why not?
You didn't see his interviews talking about the experience of doing the Hellboy makeup.
How much he hated it. Hey, whatever. Get over it. Do the fucking character. Shut up. Sit in some room upside down reading a book.
They wrote you in some bullshit where you're back at that Black Widow prison again, and your story arc was like fucking lame. All right, you should be grateful. You should be grateful that you're Beast in his damn makeup.
Right.
It's warm.
You
in
accept
that trailer.
it. You accept it. And you do what you're told, or I'll beat your ass with a fucking pillowcase full of fucking soap.
I actually liked the Stranger Things this year, and shout out to Tristan who killed it.
Yeah.
Continue.
Well, yeah. So David Harbour, I honestly was thinking lovable character, believable if he fucking starts spitting some crazy knowledge on your ass because Beast is super intelligent. Great character.
It would work.
Yeah.
It would work. Yep.
And he's a pretty decent sized guy.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
That man went Ethiopian diet.
Hey.
You saw
Oh
that?
no, I mean like height and yeah. So okay, we got him. Then we go to Iceman. So and I apologize, people, because I've been watching a lot of fucking like Netflix and Amazon and shit like that. But I feel like would be a great fucking character, Joe Keery for Iceman.
I don't know who that is.
Joe Keery is Steve Harrington.
I don't like the age gap.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dig it.
Yeah.
I think that dude's just gonna be. He's gonna blow up.
He's definitely gonna fucking blow up.
So
I mean, he's such a fucking. I mean, from going from season 1 to being like, oh, this cocksucker, to holy shit, where the hell would I be without Steve?
the writers were even like, you know what we're gonna do with what's her name's boyfriend? We're just gonna make him be a stupid ass stoner and say 2 fucking lines,
and then
while we
Steve.
tell Joe to like do all the crunches.
Yep.
And just be shirtless through half the fucking show.
Right.
Come on, man. What are you doing?
He will have...
At least that shitty Twilight made both characters sort of even.
Yeah.
You know, this love triangle is a wrap.
Yeah.
Right, whatever.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Are we all right? No, you ain't all right. You keep that bastard away from your girl, man. Reefer.
Yeah, so as ever, him. It's a great young actor, damn near built for the role. Calm, cool, but also can turn it on if he needs to. Mm-hmm. So Joe Keery, I got it for my Iceman. Rogue, I felt compelled that it had to be somebody from the South. Yeah. I was like, it just does not. I don't know. It's weird, but like for me, unless you're an amazing actor, Southern accents just you can tell they're reined in.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's not you.
How did what's her name? I'm forgetting her name. The one who played Rogue before.
Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry. I love her, that actress. I forget her name. She goes to True Blood and finally sort of nails it.
Yeah.
She has a great Southern accent on True Blood. And then right when she gets that accent, the X-Men movies, Bryan Singer...
And there's no accent whatsoever.
Yeah, it's weird.
No accent whatsoever.
But it's just funny to see her kind of nail it on a show.
And the thing is, she has to be kind of like a focal point because in the comic books, the reason why Gambit gets discovered is he is trying to steal this jewel, and the X-Men discover him from that, and he honestly goes along with them when they tell him like, oh, you're a mutant, you need to come with us, we can help you, we have a sanctuary and this and that. He is lured, honestly, because of his attraction to Rogue. So I went with Jennifer Nettles.
Who's that?
Jennifer Nettles is a country singer, so I think she was in, I believe she was in, one of the singing shows. What is it? Not The Voice, but what the fuck is the other one?
You watch too much TV.
Jennifer Nettles was actually in also The Righteous Gemstone. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, yes, I have.
Do you remember Mama Gemstone, the one that passed away?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Interesting casting. Okay.
So I went with Jennifer Nettles. She has the southern accent. She was in... It was funny because it really kind of hit me because I was watching that. It was a show that they had on is it TNT, I believe. It was a Go Big show. It was kind of like a talent show where you did these crazy things, and Jennifer Nettles was one of the guests. Had a southern accent the whole time. She was in, the Righteous Gemstone. Sorry, been drinking tequila. Has that accent with her the whole time, so that's her.
Interesting. She's 47 years old. It's an interesting casting you're doing.
But
she looks.
She does not look it.
Yeah, right.
Does not look it. And then Angel, which we went with Eye Candy.
Wants to fuck.
So Eye Candy, Dylan Minnette.
Who is Dylan Minnette? I'm in this industry. I don't know fucking people.
Dylan Minnette was one of the sons. Do you ever seen that movie with Hugh Jackman, Prisoners?
Man, a long time ago.
So Dylan Minnette was in that. He was also
myself after watching that movie.
He was also
made me feel some kind of way.
Yeah, he was also in Don't Breathe.
The 13 Reasons kid.
Yes, we went with Dylan Minnette because I feel like
he's great.
Yeah. I hate to say it.
I should have known that.
But yeah, I just went when I was like, hey, good looking guy. Eye Candy. Angel literally fucking comes down. It was like a Creed music video where he's got the pigeon wings, and it's like, oh,
I would rather
six pack.
I would rather cast Dylan as the lead singer in Creed in the biopic, but I hear what you're saying.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, I went with Dylan. So my villains. So we had Magneto already. Mm-hmm. So we got Sabretooth, Quicksilver, Juggernaut, and Apocalypse. So Sabretooth, I was like, of course, I was thinking who opposite of, Anthony Starr, who's going to be playing Wolverine, who we're going to have somebody in who's got to be
Carl Urban. I'm going to slap the shit
Nope.
out of you. Okay, I love Carl Urban, but don't
love Carl Urban. Love Carl Urban.
All right.
But no, it's got to be big. It's got to be big and brawly as a motherfucker. But not Carl Urban. Tom Hardy. Sabretooth.
That's
Tom
interesting.
Hardy. Yeah. One with Tom Hardy, I think honestly it was a lot of what the fuck is that movie?
He would have more fun with that role than the Wolverine role.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He likes to be the ass backwards character,
sure.
Peaky Blinder,
being that bad influence, being a motherfucker who don't give a shit, would just rip a motherfucker's throat out of their fucking
bring
throat.
Some awkward nuance that would steal the entire show.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah, Sabretooth.
I like it. I don't think anyone's said that. They're always putting him in Wolverine.
Yeah.
That's dope. I like him better
as that opposite who is just giving that bad influence to him the whole time, and then just honestly just showing up when you least expect it, and it's like, oh shit.
So now you must change Anthony Starr to Logan Marshall Green just so we can prove that those are two different people.
Right.
I love that. That's a great cast.
All right, so Quicksilver. Only because people, if you fucking seen this show, you fucking love him. You'll love him. And he died and everybody fucking cried. Joseph Quinn.
God damn it.
Joseph Quinn. Fucking.
I wouldn't know who that is, and I already know who that. You're talking about
Eddie Munson from Stranger Things. Only, like I said, I told you I was influenced by the shit that I've been watching, and I'm like, fuck. He would be great because you bring that the comedic actor into it, You bring this character that you just fucking get drawn to, and he's not supposed to, because he's your villain.
Is your X-Men going to be on the CW? I'm just asking.
It might be. so yeah, it was Joseph Quinn, because it was like Eddie Starr was a great character. I feel like Quicksilver for my movie, even though he's the villain, he's with Magneto. He's doing bad things. And the thing about Magneto too, even with my movie, is like you know he's the antagonist, but is he really though? You know what I mean? Like because of what's happening to these people, and they're people. They may be mutants, but they're still fucking people. It's like, do you really root against them and stopping them in what they're doing? So it's like, yeah. So of course, I want to have somebody that brings some humanity to that side. So I thought Joseph Quinn.
I would have went with Ezra Miller. He just, he seems right.
He's been smacking bitches, so unfortunately we can't go.
Isn't he doing great?
He's doing great. He's not.
I heard he's so fast that they can't even find
him. Smacking the shit out of him, ladies. Holla. All right, so all right, we're on Juggernaut. Juggernaut. I went with Big Motherfucker, honestly, because it just makes sense to me. I kind of wanted to do Juggernaut, but not have to CGI him or mocap him or anything like that. And I went with Thor Bjorgensen. The Mountain from...
I know who you're talking about,
Yeah, the Mountain from Game of Thrones.
He's the only guy who you could cast to not do mocap.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, only because I wanted to kind of do real live actor. He can take the helmet off and you still see a face. It's not CGI or anything like that.
He's another actor that could do the talking.
Yeah.
Not that Brock Lesnar's stupid or this guy's stupid.
But it's not much. Yeah. It's like his role is, the thing about him too is you got to remember his abilities are magic and he's just pissed off. And it's like, he's just there.
Not to mention you can get him to actually pick up stuff that looks heavy.
Yeah. Right. And that motherfucker, he's fucking ridiculous.
But he could legit toss a dumpster, probably.
Yeah, he's a ridiculous fucking athlete. For him to be doing that strongman shit and also boxing and knocking motherfuckers clean the fuck out, it's ridiculous. So yeah, Thor Bjorgensen, went with him. So Apocalypse, which is going to be somebody who is not really going to be big on this role. He's going to kind of be like the mouthpiece in Magneto's ear. He's going to be somebody who you reveal at the end, like, oh shit, he's the puppet master. Apocalypse.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Close. I went with Benedict Cumberbatch. Only because
say it right.
Yeah, Benedict Cumbersnatch.
There you go. Good job.
There you go. So I went with him for Apocalypse. I think mainly because for Apocalypse, unfortunately, because he's just such a ridiculous character. He's fucking blue. He's big as shit. That is gonna have to be fucking mocap. And his mocap work.
Why does everybody keep casting him skinny as shit? My Apocalypse looks like Hogan in the 80s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He can't be he can't be no small fucking no. He's gonna be like you said, Hogan. So he's got to be fucking mocap work. And Benedict, he fucking played Smaug. Come on, he was a dragon and is like, holy shit, that's intimidating as fuck. Yeah. So I go with Benedict. With Apocalypse. Oh yeah, for the record, we're at 1 hour and 15 minutes.
All right, well, and that's your X-Men, right?
So that is my X-Men.
Yeah, we're going 2 hours. I see. All right.
Oh no, we might. So give me 1 second because I gotta pee.
And you'll start off.
All right, and we are back.
And we're back.
Continuing on. So that was my cast for X-Men.
It was dope. Some of your choices I was a little jealous of.
But yeah, some of yours was great too. I was like, fuck, Bryan Cranston, his fucking mastermind was good too. That was a good one. So we are on to the other movie, which yeah, this feels a little dirty.
I felt dirty.
It's a little dirty because I feel like it's been put through the ringer already because of just the prequels, the nuances, and the new shit that they've thrown in.
Wait, what? prequels and new stuff?
Well,
They've done prequels and new stuff of Star Wars?
yes.
Oh, no, I stopped after Empire Strikes Back.
Right? Because it's
They made a third one yet? Return of the Jedi's come out?
oh, it's out there. It's out there.
Right.
It's out there. It's out there.
All right, I'll watch it. Hopefully, there's no Ewoks in it.
Right? So we did Star Wars, and Star Wars you feel a little dirty because it's like honestly the casting, you can't hate. I mean, like, come on, one, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and fucking Harrison Ford, great three. I mean, great fucking three.
The second I wrote Han Solo in another name, I felt dirty as shit.
Yeah. It's like, and Mark Hamill, which is so fucking crazy because anybody who, me being a gamer and just, big nerd, Mark Hamill plays the voice of Joker and fucking kills it. Mm-hmm. People don't fucking really know that.
Joker, by the way.
People don't, people don't fucking know that, but yeah. As far as like, your fucking video games and your animated series, Mark Hamill does the voice of Joker. And it blows your fucking mind because you don't think Luke Skywalker whatsoever. But yeah, Mark Hamill's great.
So
anyway.
Let me ask you this. So in your Star Wars A New Hope, did you change anything story-wise? Like, if we were in charge of writing the script and making the movie,
no.
Do we change anything? I mean, obviously there will be changes, but is there any noteworthy things you would do different?
That was my thing. Like, when it came to the X-Men thing, I wanted, I felt like there needed to be a change only because of if we were going to do something current, it had to be like, some changes to the time period and different things like that. But for Star Wars, because it's a whole made-up universe, it's, you can, if you feel that it's a good story, it can stay the same.
My only change was, first off, obviously the ending lightsaber battle would need to be better. And then 2, I would have Luke and Obi-Wan doing an action sequence where we see how badass Obi-Wan is somewhere in the first act.
Okay.
So I'd add something there. My movie would probably be 15 minutes longer because of it.
I can get behind that, yeah. I mean, because people don't, for real, the original movie does not show how great Obi-Wan truly is.
I would get the hell off of Tatooine. I know Disney just built this studio on a beach and everybody loves. I think it's Manhattan Beach is where everyone's at. I love Manhattan Beach too. Stop making crap on Tatooine. Shit. The sand is coarse. It gets everywhere.
It's in your ass.
Do you know? Hayden Christensen told you. Stop it. Hate sand.
It's in my ass, people. It's in my ass.
All right, so who you got? So who
starting with? All right. So Luke Skywalker. My Luke Skywalker, I'm going with Grant Gustin.
God damn CW casting horseshit.
Grant Gustin is the Barry Allen on The Flash on CW.
Also, Virginia Boy.
Hey, Grant Gustin is a great, again, with the wrestling terms, white meat babyface that I feel like could bring that character in, and then when it comes to the point where he becomes the Jedi Master, you fucking look at him and it's like, oh shit, shit's getting real. So I went with Grant Gustinson as the Luke Skywalker for my reboot of Star Wars.
Because he's gunning for that producer CW. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right, well, my Luke Skywalker, no offense to Grant, is slightly more ambitious.
Yeah.
I went with Taron Egerton. He was Kingsman. Yeah.
And ironically, is the person that they're probably going to cast as Wolverine.
Yeah. I thought about that, but I thought about putting him as Wolverine. But I didn't want the too young. But yeah,
exactly.
Taron Egerton. So you have to understand, my Star Wars, we're competing with Dune.
Yeah.
So you're gonna give me that pretty boy? I forget his name. He's a great actor.
Yeah, Timothy
Elephant, not Oliphant, but
yeah, something.
Yeah. So the only one, how do you compete with that casting? You throw in Taron Egerton. That's how you do it.
Got you.
All right. Well then, all right. So we got that. Decent Luke Skywalkers. I like it. Han Solo is next, and Han Solo is hard. And I was like, so here's what I needed to do. they made. I liked that Han Solo movie, the Solo movie. I thought it was good.
It was good.
Y'all need to get back and watch it. It was the only good movie that they made, in my opinion. Rogue One was pretty good too. But the problem was everybody's trying to make a Harrison Ford type of Han Solo. I get the luxury of going a different direction. Still cool as a cucumber, whatever. But we had to go as far away from Han Solo as we can. I went with Jeremy Allen White. Shameless. He plays Lip. He's on that new show, The Bear. That is awesome.
Oh!
How many times I got to force feed you people good content? Stop watching Disney Plus. There are good shows. Banshee, The Bear. Get on it. Jeremy Allen White is the only actor I know that could be up for the challenge and doing his own thing and still have the vibe.
I want a different take. Only just because of his fucking character work and everything is just so fucking good. It can be somebody who's serious when he needs to be, but you can't tell if he's serious because he's just that fucking guy. My Han Solo is so commercial.
Oh, because you haven't been commercial up till now.
Right. My Han Solo is going to be Ryan Reynolds.
You know what's funny? Yeah, I had a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth for that David Harbour because it was so typical. Yeah. This is even worse.
Yeah.
But I want to see him play that part.
Yeah, it's like, could you imagine Ryan Reynolds being fucking Han Solo and just fucking like, talking shit to somebody and then fucking shooting them under a goddamn table? Boom. How you like that?
I want to see that movie.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine?
It's total blasphemy. But wow, I want to see that movie now.
Yeah. So I got Ryan Reynolds as the Han Solo. So Princess Leia, it was hard because and the fucked up, like, don't get me wrong, people, like, and I fucking love the fact that there's so much diversity in Hollywood now because there really needs to be. You can't have. It's like you can't have these fucking cookie cutter actors just playing shit and just doing whatever and things like that. But with Princess Leia, it was like, I was like, all right, let me think of somebody who I feel would play the strong character, but also be, sexy, of course. I hate to say it, but they gotta be. I mean, look at fucking Leia and what she was wearing.
Yep.
I went with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, I almost did that. That was almost up there.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring up diversity. I went chalk for my Star Wars casting, meaning all white.
Yep. I know you went black as hell with the X-Men, which it makes sense though because of what the story is.
Because X-Men is black as fuck,
exactly,
and A New Hope is white bread. Yeah.
White.
So now you gotta keep in mind, I still was competing against Dune, and I found out this girl was cast in Dune, so I don't care. I would rob Dune. I went with Florence Pugh as Princess Leia, which is interesting because I feel like the only two people who could play this character is Jennifer Lawrence and Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
And no one else could.
Yeah.
Like, almost Scarlett Johansson, but even not Scarlett Johansson.
It's
Florence Pugh and Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. That's dope. See, we picked the two. Florence Pugh in that outfit, though. Mm-hmm. All right, Obi-Wan. Now, I wanted to go, again, I love Obi-Wan. It's probably my favorite character in a lot of ways, and I still feel like we haven't gotten the Obi-Wan I really want. Don't get me wrong, Ewan McGregor in the movies is the only shining star, and I love it.
Oh yeah, I mean he's great as Obi-Wan, and don't get me wrong, not taking anything away from him, but
I want my But see, here's the thing: that's the biggest change in my movie, and I already talked about it, and I'm going deeper. Obi-Wan is basically Clint Eastwood in a fucking Western.
Right.
That's my Obi-Wan, and I went with just get with me here, Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott is Obi-Wan. I want the coolest motherfucker. I want because Obi-Wan and Han Solo they didn't quite bump heads too much, but they had the little thing. But even Han Solo respected him.
Yeah.
I want somebody who could look at Ryan Reynolds or Jeremy Allen White and tell them about themselves.
Yeah.
And that's Sam Elliott.
And it'd be that fucking it'd be a fucking epic ass interaction for sure.
It's Sam Elliott with a lightsaber battle. Come on, man.
Yeah. I like your style, dude. All right. So for me, we on Obi-Wan, and I have to get rid of one of the characters because, like, one thing, it fucked me up because I forgot who was introduced in A New Hope, and I thought Lando was in there, and he's not. But I'll fucking throw him in
Who's
there
your
just
Lando,
to say.
though, real quick?
My Lando was Idris Elba. Come on.
The A, well, yeah, it would work still.
Yeah, come on. It with Ryan Reynolds and Jennifer Lawrence and everything. Yeah, it would Idris Elba. Come on. I mean, he's smooth as fucking shit.
First of all, if you cast him as Luke, I wouldn't fucking argue. I love that.
Right? Idris Elba can fucking do anything.
He's Leia. Just throw him in that outfit.
Oh my god. People, if you've ever seen the fucking TikTok I saw a TikTok and I gotta find it, and hopefully wherever this goes, I'll fucking tag the link. Is the Idris Elba where he's like doing everything. He's doing like a surgeon and he's fucking going around. He's like, I'm fucking Idris Elba, mates. Whatever you fucking want. Yeah. You know, and he just does everything. It's fucking great. Anyway, so Obi-Wan Kenobi for me, I was thinking, gruffy, fucking just gritty, and just, also somebody you can get behind. I went with Andrew Lincoln. That's Rick.
I know
Rick Grimes.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, well, Andrew Lincoln because he's British, so he's got that accent.
I don't know if that would be my favorite casting, but him paired against Grant Gustin is really good for that Obi-Wan, Luke Skywalker dynamic. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, well, Andrew Lincoln for Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, like I said, people, if you don't know, that's Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. He is British, so he does have a natural British accent. If you don't know that already, because you're an ignorant bastard. Anyway, C-3PO. I went with Martin Freeman.
Ooh.
Martin Freeman is not Bilbo Baggins, right?
Yeah.
Martin Freeman's Bilbo Baggins.
And everything.
He's in everything British, like literally, like everything fucking British. Great accent, like, stuttering and great fucking British actor. I mean, who else would play comedic timing.
All right.
Yeah.
So I got you on who else. Now this is me going cheesy, what'd you call it?
White meat?
No. It's actually the only non-white character. I have another one. But anyway, no, you said it was typical. The Ryan Reynolds casting was what?
Obi-Wan.
No, you were saying that casting was...
yeah.
This is shameless, what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
I went with Taika Waititi.
For C-3PO?
Yeah, and the
that would be
is,
fucking awesome too, though, man.
Well, it's like the Ryan Reynolds thing or the David Harbour. Like, it works. Like, I don't like the way Taika Waititi takes over the movie all the time and all that other stuff.
But it would be great because that character is kind of like, why are you here? So that would bring a reason to why he was here.
To me,
so I can get behind that. That's a good one.
And then we talked about R2-D2. There's no sense in casting anyone for that. And that's all the heroes. We're going to move into the villains, and we'll start with Grand Moff Tarkin. I wanted somebody sniveling but could still be kind of menacing at the same time. I wanted somebody that could do that dual role. I went with Paul Giamatti.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
That's a good one.
Uh-huh.
I don't hate that one at all. At all.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because that original actor, he's hard to fuck with.
Yeah.
And I wanted something that kind of paid homage to it, but did its own thing. I felt like Paul Giamatti was the guy.
I agree. It's like you said. It's like that character. When you think about it on paper, it's like, who the fuck is he? Whatever. But that character does play a part in the story, and it's got to be something that sticks with you. Right. Okay. So, for me, Tarkin, my casting was John Malkovich. John Malkovich, one, he's kind of got the look as the main character, he can get that like, I mean, here's the thing. If everybody remembers, I can't remember, and that's the fucked up part about it is because I'm drinking tequila. I'm sorry, people. Kiss my ass. But anyway, there was a movie where this character, Wilhuff Tarkin or General Tarkin or whatever, was casted, and he was already dead. So they death puppeted him and used a CGI like fucking likeness of him or whatever.
That's the technical term, death puppeted.
Death puppet.
Yep.
So they made him in the movie and whatever. I feel like John Malkovich, if you give him that older look, keep him with the gray hair and everything else, talking the way he does is pretty fucking menacing. Even for the small part that he plays, it's like, yeah, that's good, next to fucking Darth Vader as demanding, death to everyone in fuck America or whatever. Anyway. So, we have Wilhoff Tarkin, John Malkovich. Darth Vader, for me, I went with Russell Crowe.
All right.
I went with Russell Crowe because I have to say, that fucking movie, what the hell was that goddamn movie?
About the one where he road raged?
Yes!
Yeah.
What the fuck is that movie called?
It's a one-name title. I forget. I'm a little more nimble than you since I haven't been drinking. I'll do you just talk, I'll pull it up.
So, anyway, for me, for Russell Crowe, I feel like, one, he's got a good voice for the character. So if he plays that low, bellowing, intimidating Russell Crowe voice for Darth Vader, that would work. He could still do the acting part of it where he's in that suit and it's still pretty fucking intimidating, and it would work. And, so I was like, for me, Unhinged.
Yep, Unhinged.
So Russell Crowe, for me, and I was thinking about, it was like when I was picking the choice of Darth Vader, it had to be opposite of Luke Skywalker. So you got to think, and I went with Grant Gustin, which is just this fucking clean cut white meat, guy who just it's clean.
It's CW's baby boy.
Yeah. So you have this gritty ass, grimy, fucking Russell Crowe. Opposite, it just worked for me, and that's what I went with.
All right, so I did something. I stuck with the tradition with Darth Vader, with who's in the suit versus the voice.
Yeah. Okay.
What you have to understand about my Star Wars, again, the fight sequences are going to be more awesome. I would also add a Darth Vader fight sequence, and I want legit martial arts movement. I'm not going to have Vader be doing Jet Li spin kicks and stuff, but what I want is a grace with the movement. I'm also going to unmask Vader in this movie a few times. So instead of getting a stunt actor, I wanted to get a real actor to do all of it. My Darth Vader, for physicalness and voice when the helmet is off, is Jason Statham.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Jason Statham and Sam Elliott are going to go at it.
And that's kind of where I was at too, as far as like the Darth Vader, where it's like it's shitty because of the original. It's like Darth Vader could be played by fucking anybody. You know what I mean? It's like what the fuck? Like there has to be some kind of. I wanted the remake to have a nuance where Darth Vader can't be played by just anybody.
Well, and it's a remake, so we already know it's Anakin.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see Anakin in the movie.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So it has to be somebody who, when the mask comes off, you still see and you still believe in.
And he's bald, and we can ugly him up a little bit.
Scarred, damaged, whatever.
Yep.
Yes, that's fine. But it still has to be a person. There has to be somebody behind that. I agree.
Now here's
completely.
The voice. In the same situation, it has to be someone who can do the voice correctly. And I had to go with Mark Hamill to voice Vader. And what I would do is just give that man money, put him in the booth, and let him figure it out. Whatever he chose is what I would go with, because I don't know how the hell I would reboot that voice.
Yeah.
So I would ultimately just trust Mark Hamill to do it.
Yeah.
So again, that would be Jason Statham as the bot, is Anakin Skywalker basically, Mark Hamill as the Vader voice.
Okay.
Which brings us to the Emperor, which I probably, if you just heard me do a 15-minute podcast on me trying to decide who of the many I wanted as the Emperor, I had Al Pacino at one point. I would, hey, tell me he wouldn't be. Yeah. It's a game of inches. Living or dying. She's got a great ass. You got your head all the way up it. So anyway, by the way, just know, if anybody knows me, I would cast Al Pacino in anything.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's Al Pacino.
Yep, I love him, and it looks like the window will constantly be closing more on me getting the chance to work with him, but there you go. So, I had to settle with someone who would be imposing, who would draw you in, though, and much in the same way Giancarlo Esposito, I went sort of the other way with how people would want him to be Magneto. I went the other way with the Emperor and picked someone who's normally the hero and normally beloved, and that's Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman as the Emperor, and just letting him be evil as fuck. And I felt like that gravitas. I love the actor who plays the Emperor, but I feel like Morgan Freeman can give him a run for his money. Yeah.
Definitely. So for me, my Emperor is gonna be Bill Nighy. Or I think it's Nighy. He is the main head guy in fucking, what is it? What the fuck is those damn the movies? The vampire movies. God damn it!
There are several.
God damn it! Don't make me look it up. I forgot about those fucking movies.
Yeah, it's the Underworld.
Underworld. I'm sorry, Bill Nighy. Yeah. He is a British actor. I mean, Nighy.
Not Bill Nye.
Yeah, not Bill Nye, but Bill Nighy.
Yeah.
He, for me, I feel like is the Emperor. He has this fucking benevolent voice who could be menacing, but also fucking be an asshole if he told you to clean your room and fucking pick up your underwear off the floor. Type of character. So I thought Bill Nighy as the Emperor was the biggest pick as far as the Emperor for me.
He'd also be a good Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so here's what I think. What is our time?
So we're at 1:38. And trust me, when it comes to editing, you never know, because you got to get out the spaces and the whatevers and everything else.
So what do you think? We should part 2 it. We should pause.
You want to part 2 it?
We should part 2 it because I think it's going to take a little bit of time for us to go through our picks for each other. Mm-hmm. So I think we should pause it and part 2 it.
Okay. All right, we will part 2 it, people.
So do we have any closing statements on X-Men? Like,
I think this is fucking awesome. I feel like your take on where you wanted to start with the story was fucking amazing. Where it came to the whole, we're on the island and we're trying to bring in the X-Men to work with us, and then you have this whole other fucking team that's supposed to come in to save them is fucking badass. So I like that. Your characters were spot on, which I didn't doubt that whatsoever anyway when it came to you picking cast members. So, hey, touche.
I would trade all my to watch Lee Pace play Magneto.
I'll tell you, man.
Fucking on board.
Yo.
And let me ask you this real quick. Have you seen Halt and Catch Fire? This is what's tripping me out.
Yes, I have seen that.
It's been a minute. This man hasn't seen like his top 3 performances and knows to pick him as Magneto. That Apple show takes a little getting used to watch. It's a little slow.
Yeah.
But, oh man, Lee Pace is just amazing. That's so good. Hollywood has yet to properly use Lee Pace.
And again, I was only coming from Guardians of the Galaxy. That alone!
Which baffles me.
I was like, hey, that motherfucker as... What the fuck was his goddamn name in that?
Yeah, I forget.
Fuck.
Ronan. The Accuser.
Ronan the Accuser. And he was...
to be fucking up with.
Oh, yeah. People fucking loved it.
Yeah.
People loved it. And they wanted more Ronan. And it was like, hey, we can't do any more.
Ronan is like
it's not really...
So, you know how you have, like, Magneto is sometimes good, or Punisher kind of totes the line. That's Ronan in the cosmic universe. Ronan's that guy that sometimes is good. He follows his creed.
Yeah.
And Lee Pace is such an amazing casting, and whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like when you want somebody that just has this drive and just everything behind it, whether it's right or wrong, Lee Pace will fucking bring it home for you.
For me to like kind of turn my back on Idris, which I'm not. That man can do whatever. I am very heterosexual. I sometimes wish I wasn't because it's hard sometimes. But we were out at a party and we had to pick like who we'd be gay for. This is what straight men still do. And I take any I hate hypotheticals, but if you point me in a hypothetical, I'm gonna take it serious. And I went with Idris Elba, and as I'm talking it out, I realized that might be the one man I'd go gay for. Now, the sex part would stop me, but I'm more so talking about, like, it would be great to go on a date with that guy. Like, do I watch him DJ? Do I go to one of his fights? Does he drive me around in his race car? Or all the other stuff he does? That's a remarkable man.
Yes.
If I wasn't so repulsed by the male genitalia, I could see myself doing it, is all I'm saying. Right. So for me to turn my back on my future husband for Lee Pace, that's saying something.
It's saying something. It's saying a lot. It's saying a lot.
And on that,
hey, we will catch you guys on the fucking flip side because we have to do a part 2 for this one because I kind of knew we were going to go over the time anyway because this is just some shit that's just passionate to us anyway. So hey, and when you start chopping it up, shooting the shit, it's gonna happen.
And we've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah, it's gonna fucking happen.
So we're gonna talk about a whole bunch of other shit around it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Goodbye, people. Listen to 2. It'll be quicker and less bullshit. He'll be more drunker though.
Probably. Bye.
Bye.